Welcome back to the Bears Baseball Network. We have a fantastic show today. We're going to be talking about all of the fall awards from the 2024 season, so very excited to get into that. If you missed it, last week we had our BWL drafts. So be sure to go back and check those out. Those are on the Bears Baseball Network YouTube channel. Bernie, when you were sitting there, you got to kind of analyze the draft from a, perspective that's a little bit different than the coaches. What did you think was the biggest steal of the draft, Bernie, in all four leagues?
Yeah, I'll go to the 14-15 league. I think it's got to be Jack Kester, man. I know this guy had injuries. I know BWL doesn't, necessarily play the lefty swings. But this guy can easily be the top 3 hitter on the 15 Floyd team. He was drafted at, round 8, 9, 10, something like that. He could easily be one of the best hitters in BWL, especially playing against some younger guys.
Yeah, like you said, Bernie, I think he fell a little bit because he's an outfielder, because he's left-handed. But if Jack Kester hits the way we know he can, I think he could end up looking like a 3rd or 4th round value. So if you want to go ahead and relive all of the picks from the BWL draft last week, go ahead and check that out on YouTube. If you want to see all the picks in their entirety, check it out on our Instagram at bearsbaseball.network. But let's go ahead and jump right into the fall awards, starting with, Bernie, the most prestigious award in the Bears, the MVP award for the fall season. And we're going to start with the youth, coming in at 3rd place in the MVP. We have Lucas Closter, a monster fall for him. Led that 12U Floyd team in a lot of offensive categories. He was a beast. Coming in 2nd place, we have Rudy Montenegro Langley. This time a year ago, this guy was coming into his own as a rookie. I think he was in the Rookie of the Year conversation at this point last fall. This year, he was right in the middle of the MVP conversation. But coming in 1st place, our MVP for the youth in the fall, Bernie, none other than Harrison Blebaum. This guy, just an absolute monster, Bernie, breaking records. Hits, doubles, contributions on the mound, RBIs. This guy, really a coach's dream. Bernie, what did you think of him as the fall MVP?
We talk about Harrison, a ton on the show. There wasn't too many stats he didn't lead the team in, I feel like. Obviously, him and Rudy both had amazing fall seasons, coming in 1st and 2nd. But Harrison was just slightly better, right? A couple more home runs in there, a couple more doubles, whatever it may be. 2 amazing seasons of those guys.
We think about this guy, Bernie, as one of the best hitters in Bear history. He gets his 2nd MVP award on the board here, so congratulations to Harrison Blebaum. Moving into our high school MVP, this one was very highly contested. A lot of different players putting up monster seasons. Coming in at 3rd place is going to be Ben Combs. I think this guy has the argument to be made. He is the best high school hitter in the Bears right now. A very nice season from him. Coming in 2nd place, we have Aaron Knoll, who put up a monster season. And coming in at 1st place, winning the high school MVP award, we have Andrew Willeret. This guy was an MVP candidate 2 years ago. Last year, maybe a little bit of a down year, but KJ, he comes back with a vengeance here in 2024. He is our high school MVP. What did you think about the season from Andrew Willeret?
Yeah, this guy's always been, such a good all-around hitter. I think he's a guy who, he doesn't strike out ever. He always puts up a good at-bat. And I thought we saw some power from him this year, hitting a couple of home runs. So this guy all around is a very legit and I think almost underrated hitter.
We talk about high school MVP, the MVP award being an offensive award, but you can't deny the defensive and pitching contributions from Andrew Willeret. Really pushed him over the top here. Here's our high school MVP. Moving into the Sai Young Award, this goes to the best pitcher in the Bears organization. Looking at the Youth Award first, coming in 3rd place, we have Hunter Finley. This guy, again, when we talked about him in the winter, he was kind of an up-and-coming pitcher. For him to put it all together here and finish top 3 in the Cy Young, very impressive. Coming in 2nd place, we have arguably the best pitcher in Bears history at collecting strikeouts and limiting walks. We have Owen Lewis coming in 2nd. But in 1st place, we just talked about this guy as an MVP, also winning the Cy Young with the best ERA of the youth pitchers. We have Harrison Blebaum. KJ, we know this guy is one of the best hitters of all time, but now he's putting up big pitching numbers as well. How big is it, KJ, to have a guy who can do it in all facets of the game when you talk about Harrison Blebaum being an MVP and now a Cy Young Award winner?
Yeah, he's just a guy who puts in the work, and if he's not good at something, he's going to put in the work to be great at it, and that's kind of been Harrison's mantra his entire career, and I think we've known he's great at hitting, and I think we're getting to a point where we're going to have to realize he's amazing at pitching as well.
Yeah, I remember Bernie, him telling you last season when pitching was the big struggle. He said, I'm going to be a big pitcher for you next year. And not only was he a big pitcher for Bernie, but he was arguably the best pitcher in the Youth Bears this season. Moving into our high school Cy Young, coming in third place, we have our high school MVP, Andrew Willeret. A very nice pitching season for him. Coming in second, we had one of the best strikeout seasons of a pitcher in the fall season from Evan Lancaster. He comes in second place, but coming in first, Bernie, it's no surprise, a sub-2 ERA. It was the best of all qualified pitchers. A unbelievable strikeout to walk rate. Logan Eckert wins yet another Cy Young award. Bernie, at this point, Logan Eckert and Cy Young are almost synonymous. This guy just continues to put up monster season after monster season. Bernie, where do you think this guy ranks in terms of the all-time Bears pitchers right now?
Just going by Cy Young winners, it's hard not to put him on because he's definitely one of the most of any pitcher of all time here. But he's got to be top 3 at bare minimum at this point. This guy's it's not the first time this guy's done this. He's been doing it now for, probably 2 full years, 4 straight awards, type seasons. He's been absolutely amazing. So he is the best pitcher we have here.
Moving into my personal favorite award, we have the Rookie of the Year award here for the fall. What a monster rookie class, KJ. I have 3 names here, our top 3, but I thought there were 6 or 7 guys who deserved to be nominated. But coming in third place, we have Alex Vo, a guy who comes in, ends up being the burn still cleanup hitter and shortstop down the stretch, joining a monster team and contributing from the get-go. Coming in second place, we have Conrad Comiskey. Offensively, the number 1 batting average for 15U Floyd this fall. What a monster season he had offensively. But winning the Rookie of the Year award, this guy, we only named the top 3 MVP. This guy came 4th in the MVP award for the youth. It is Landon Portell. What a monster season, KJ. He comes in as a rookie, hitting over 600, hitting several extra base hits, leading the team in a lot of offensive categories. KJ, what's it like to have a guy who's the Rookie of the Year, a current MVP candidate, maybe a future MVP winner, in Landon Portell?
Yeah, again, this guy's just an all-around really good hitter. When you think of big power hitters and guys his size, you think of a lot of strikeouts. But, this guy, he really makes, not just contact, but hard contact every single at-bat. And he's just putting up really, really good at-bats. So, this guy's only going to get better from here.
Moving into the Platinum Glove Award, this goes to the best defender in the Bears, starting with our Youth Platinum Glove. Coming in third place, we have Landon Durbin, a rookie who came in and put up an absolute clinic defensively. I believe he only made 1 error the entire fall, playing a lot of shortstop. A great season from him. In second place, we have Owen Weibrecht, the guy who went from being a Gold Glove caliber center fielder to now a Gold Glove caliber shortstop, really doing it all. But Bernie, in first place, we have Rudy Montenegro Langley. You really don't understand the value that a great catcher can have until you have one. Bernie, especially at the 13U game, how impactful is it to have a guy like Rudy Montenegro Langley behind the plate, our Platinum Glove Award winner?
Yeah, this guy's a great framer, obviously, great blocker. And his throwing is just something that I haven't seen very often at 13U baseball. No one steals third base off us. Only the fastest guys will steal second off of us. If we get in a big jam, like, for example, I know late in the season we had a big first and third on a Sunday, nobody out. We backpicked the guy at third, and he was out by a mile. He's such a weapon back there to get us out of jams here if we get in him.
KJ, moving into the Platinum Glove Award, we mentioned that I think 2023 was the year of the pitcher for the Bears. I think 2024 is the year of the catcher, as, spoiler alert, we have another catcher winning our Platinum Glove Award. But first, coming in third place, we have maybe the utility man of the year, Logan Payne, who played all over the field. No matter what position he was at, he played it really, really well. He played first, third, second, short, all the outfield positions. This guy played basically everywhere but catcher and played it well at every position. Evan Lancaster comes in second place, a Gold Glove third baseman turned Gold Glove shortstop. Just a great season from him. I don't think there's a guy who's better at making the big impact play than Evan Lancaster. But coming in first, KJ, Rudy, I think, threw about 15% of runners, which at 13U is very, very good. Wyatt Poore threw out a quarter of runners who attempted on him this season, which at the high school level is very, very impressive. KJ, what do you think about Wyatt Poore? How impactful is it to have a Gold Glove catcher at the high school game?
I think it's one of those positions where, when you have a really good one, it benefits the team so much. And, this guy's a game changer back there. He's throwing out a ton of runners, which is something, you don't really even see it at the high school age. Everyone kind of steals bases nowadays, but, he's a real game changer back there and helps their team a ton.
Moving into our first team All-Americans, this is the top 20 players in the Bears. All of these guys are some of the best players in the Bears. I mean, unbelievable talent. Bernie, we're going to start with the first 10 here. We have 20 names of the first team All-Americans. Bernie, I want you to give me one of these guys from the first 10, preferably someone we haven't talked about yet, and give me your thoughts on them. Our first team All-Americans, the first 10, we have Lucas Closter, Cooper Woolen, Hamilton Case, Owen Haynes, Harrison Blebaum, Rudy Montenegro Langley, Alex Vo, Owen Lewis, Landon Portel, and Nifri Kabarkis. Bernie, who of those 10, preferably someone we haven't talked about yet, really strikes you here from their fall season?
Yeah, I'll take Hamilton. This is a guy I think over the course of summer, when he first kind of came up to 12U playing a year up, he kind of struggled a little bit. We were like, this guy's really talented. If he puts in the work, he's going to be one of the top 12U players eventually. I think he proved that this fall. Even though he's an 11U kid, he's one of the best 12U kids on that team.
Yeah, what a monster season on all three sides of the ball for Hamilton Case. Bernie, a great pick. KJ, the second half of our first team All-Americans, I want you to give me a guy who really stands out to you. We have Nick Byrne, Hank Schultz, Aaron Knoll, Lucas Wilburn, Logan Payne, Evan Lancaster, Andrew Willeret, Landon Nickerson, Ben Combs, and Logan Eckert. KJ, of our other first team All-Americans, who stands out here?
Yeah, I'm going to say Nick Byrne. I mean, this is a guy I think we started to build hype around him, but, it's still, I don't think, not enough for how good of a hitter this guy is. I mean, he really does take a good at-bat every single time. He swings as hard as he can. He hits the ball hard. This guy's got massive power.
We're going to move on to our second team All-Americans. These are the guys who are not quite the superstars yet, but they're right there on the cusp. KJ, you're going to go first here. Of the first 10 second-team All-Americans, I want you to give me somebody who really stands out, somebody you believe is going to be a first-team All-American in the future. We have Matthew Hume, Knox Kennedy, Carson Griffith, Ben Bonchek, Braden Young, Kenny Douglas, Connor Kennedy, Hunter Finley, Jacob Lowry, and Colby Lair. KJ, who stands out there of our second-team All-Americans?
Yeah, I'll say another guy, Jacob Lowry. I think it's very underrated how good of a fall this guy had. I think he had close to 500 in the fall, so... he's really starting to come along with the bat, and he kind of got the everyday nod in center field and did a really good job out there. So, I think the next step in his game is kind of going to be adding some extra base hits, and if we can get that, this guy's going to be a legit 5-tool player.
Bernie, moving into the second half of our second team All-Americans, who kind of stands out here as a future first team All-American? We have Phil Lobeck, Christian Jenkins, Conrad Comiskey, Joey Burgess, Lucas Velchek, Mason Geddes, Ivan Saxon, Andrew Driscoll, Gunnar Wilson, and Bruce Portel.
Yeah, I'll go with Big Gunna, just because this guy was a rookie last year. We talked about if he could break onto the 16 Floyd roster. He broke out this fall. I know he was batting toward the top of the order in some games, batting the 2-hole even some games. So to get into a line of that stack's already impressive. Be toward the top of it, be one of the impacted players on a team that's that good is all the more impressive.
Finally, moving into our all-rookie team, these are the top 10 rookies here from the fall. Not in any particular order, but our top 10 rookies. Bernie, we're going to go through the top 5 here. I want you to give me somebody who really stands out to you. We have Landon Durbin, Alex Vo, Braden Young, Kenny Douglas, and Landon Portel, our first 5 all-rookies. Bernie, give me a guy who stands out of those 5.
Yeah, I'll take Kenny. I think this is a guy who kind of got maybe a little overshadowed by how good Alex Vogt was to start the fall. But Kenny was my 5-hitter. Kenny played a good infield for me, was my backup catcher behind Rudy. And this guy was just very good. He picked up, he was toward the top team in RBIs, came up in a lot of big 2-out spots, came through for us. He was great for us all fall.
KJ, the second half of our all-rookie team here, give me a guy who stands out to you. We have Hank Schultz, Colby Lair, Christian Jenkins, Conrad Comiskey, and Bruce Portel.
Yeah, I'll say Bruce Portel. This is another guy who's he can do a lot of everything. I mean, he's a catcher, he's a big-time pitcher, had a really good year pitching, and he's going to be a middle-of-the-order type of bat already added to a stacked team.
That's going to do it here for our fall awards. Congratulations to all of our award winners. And the next time we have an award show, it's going to be the BWL Awards. So now we're moving on to the Bears Winter League. I mean, what an exciting season it's going to be. The first game is this Saturday, 2 o'clock. For the 12, 13U players. Then we'll move on to the 14, 15U guys at 3:30. The B League for 16-8U at 5:30. And the A League will take place at 7:30. So be sure to check out all the Bears Winter League action starting this week. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Bears Baseball Network. And we'll talk to y'all next time.